everybody. Welcome to Bulletproof Underwear, episode number 67. I am your co-host, Yam Juice.
And I am your other co-host, Flex.
And today we've got our super duper awesome, very good looking like a pixie guest, Mad Mo Yukon alias Tobypace. Whee!
Hi, everyone. Yeah, I got my hair whacked off again.
You look cute as a button.
I like it.
Well,
I feel good after I have a haircut. I don't know why, but it's like you just feel liberated.
Yep.
Yam, you wouldn't know because you never get your hair cut.
I know. It's just
But then there's other advantages to having long hair. Like you can wrap it around your head and make your hair look like you got no.
If you ever get stuck in a tower, he'll be able to let his hair down, and Anne can go and rescue him.
There you go.
If I ever go bald, I'll be able to do a good comb over.
There you go.
It's like one of those coonskin hats you got on there.
It does kind of.
See, hey everybody, I'm Donald Trump.
This is Donald.
I'm really a billionaire. Really, I am. I'm a billionaire. I'm telling you, it's a billion. It's over a B with a billion.
Yeah.
Is that real money or on paper money?
Yeah, so every year when they have the Forbes richest people and stuff, people from Trump's office and Trump are constantly on the phone with them, trying to lobby them to get them to put Trump, higher up there because he's not actually as rich as people think that he is, but he wants you to think that.
He's bankrupted a few times. He's not that good with money as he makes himself out to be.
He's good with other people's money is what he's good with.
Yeah. Everybody who does business with him ends up taking a bath. You're fired.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wanted to.
Thank God.
he wanted to trademark and copyright the phrase "You're fired." I think I'm going to copyright the phrase "pass assault."
Almost passed the fresca through my nose.
Oh man! So we've been playing a lot of Call of Duty together, the three of us, folks.
Yeah, we have. Three amigos.
I haven't played some some team deathmatch yesterday to try and help kick in a little bit.
I saw that you were on. Yeah.
Yeah, and you did. We made gold medal yesterday.
Oh, did we?
Yep.
What?
Yep. Gold medal yesterday. Gold medal the day before. Gold medal the day before that with the zombies, and silver today. It was just the three of us plugging it out on Clan Ops.
Kill confirmed. Yeah.
I wanted to be there, but we had.
I wasn't. Yeah.
We had
it's
lunch.
hard sometimes.
We had lunch with a friend today.
Well, that's important.
Yeah.
Yep. We're at right now.
Are you saying that you're putting the real world ahead of Xbox and PlayStation? You bastard! You sick fuck you.
So I'm just looking at the thing now. Even though on the page it says we have the level 50 medallion, we don't. We're not there yet. We have 1,900 points to go. So if we can get a gold medal tomorrow, it'll be 900 points.
Well, I'm in tomorrow. I'm in for sure tomorrow.
Good. Well, I'm going to try because tomorrow's Canadian Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
So I've got to do turkey and all that stuff. But if I can slip out and do some team deathmatch, I will. And so then we'll have
Canada.
Yeah.
So how long?
Our maple syrup turkey.
What?
There
you go.
Yeah.
So when did they start? When did Canada start having a Thanksgiving? Like how many years ago?
Just a few years before U.S. started.
Really?
Yep.
No way! You can't be serious. Your Thanksgiving came before ours.
Google it.
We ripped them off, man. We ripped them off.
I thought we invented that.
No, we ripped them off like we do everything.
Does yours involve pilgrims or Indians or horns of plenty or anything like that?
No. We had other explorers and people that came over from England and France and went up the St. Lawrence River and went and explored what was called Lower and Upper Canada back then. way back in the 1500s or whatever. And they had big feasts of thanks to give thanks for getting over and doing what they were doing or whatever, and that's when it started in Canada.
I would have thought the first guy to invent hockey, they would said, let's give thanks,
Well, hockey comes originally from lacrosse, which was also a Canadian invention. It was what not so much
Wait a minute. I thought lacrosse was invented by the American Indians, the Native Americans.
Well, it was the Indians that weren't American or Canadian. They were all over the place, and that's what they did. They ran around in the wintertime on the frozen lakes and beat the shit out of each other with sticks and rocks, and that's how we started hockey. Yep. So we just
made it more civilized.
Yeah, each other, but.
Well, I think the Mayans used to play something like that, but they actually used severed human heads of their enemies.
That's true.
I went down and visited a place down in Mexico, down in the jungles, and they had 2 of those courts. And some of the courts, they're straight walls with those stone circles, and some of the courts are kind of like this. But I visited that. I visited 2 of those stadiums out in the jungle and some ruins. I was exploring with some other people about 7 years ago. It was pretty cool.
Now I've never been down to see the Mayan culture, but I like Mexican restaurants that use Mayan symbols. They usually are good.
I've been to Mexico, but I don't remember it.
Actually, I've been to Mexico. I went to Tijuana on 2 separate occasions.
Tijuana,
TJ.
I'm hoping to go to Mexico in December. I want to take my son to Mexico for a vacation. So because he didn't go to the Las Vegas vacation with Paul on his 60th birthday, he had to work.
Oh.
So Paul wants him to go have a vacation. I didn't have a vacation yet this year, so we're buying him a vacation. Dave and I are going to go and hang out on a beach someplace. We'll just do something simple. We'll probably go down to Puerto Vallarta.
Wow, that sounds good.
Spend a week or 2 down there.
That's nice.
Drink drinks with umbrellas and have Cabana Boys bring you new ones.
Absolutely.
Pineapple and a little lemon twist on the side.
Yeah, that's what I did last time I went on vacation with Paul. We went down to the Caribbean side of Mexico, and we went to one of those really fancy schmancy, adults-only 5-star resorts.
All inclusive?
Yeah, a real fancy one. And, and it was beachside and poolside service, and I actually had a waiter named Julio.
Oh, no way.
Serve me my drinks while I was lounging on a bally bed, and then he'd bring me around, fruit skewers and things. And
did he feed you grapes one at a time?
No. But that was a great vacation.
Peel it. Build me another one, Julio.
Yeah, but peel it first.
Peel it, please. I don't like the skin. Too much antioxidants.
So we're not going to go to an expensive one like this. We'll just go to something moderate.
Well, I would recommend Tijuana for accommodations that are not expensive.
I've heard really kind of scary things about what they have for entertainment down there, I think.
we did spend the night in Tijuana, and we booked into this hotel, and it actually did have fleas in the room.
Oh my God.
There were fleas. It's like, what the hell is that?
Well, it's probably they're trying out for the circus, right?
It looked like it was going to be a okay hotel. It looked like it was probably built, about 30 years ago or something, and it was nice then, but it, had kind of gone downhill. And then we actually saw fleas, and then we kind of freaked out. We couldn't stay there anymore. It's like, ugh!
Yeah, that's a little creepy, man.
I don't think that would be a good place to go.
We used to have this.
I've been to the Caribbean side, and I've been to Cabo, which is be fun. I like Cabo.
I've heard
my husband didn't like it at all, but I liked it. And so Puerto Vallarta this time. Where did you go? You went to Jamaica, didn't you?
Well, I went to Mazatlan. I've been to Mazatlan, and then I've been to Jamaica and the Bahamas. I like Jamaica the best. That was really neat. There was a lot of culture there and stuff.
You would.
We got to, we met up with the bartender. Yep, the whole time. You know it, man. We met up with the bartender, and he took us to some out-of-the-way places and stuff. We got to see some things that, you know, you ordinarily don't get to see. Like, we got to see a SWAT team raid a house because we stopped to get air. Literally, his cousin was taking us up to Dunn Falls, which is a big waterfall you can walk up.
Yep.
And he stopped to get air in the tire. And all of a sudden, a Jeep comes pulling in, and like 4 guys jump out of it with assault weapons and flak jackets on and start running to this house. And he drops the air hose, gets in the car, says, "We can get air up the road." And away we went. And I was like, wow. But yeah,
wow. Cops, Jamaica edition.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Bad boys.
Bad over, man. Bad boys. Yeah, man. What you gonna do?
Yeah.
Pull over, man.
Pull over, man. You feel like,
yes,
but
I'm looking forward to it. A little bit of heat, a little bit of sand, a little bit of tequila, lots of walking. I like to explore the towns and things around.
All right,
just stay away from anything.
Come home with tchotchkes and a new bong and a switchblade.
There you go.
And a tan.
And a tan.
I always come back with a tan. Yeah, come back to Whitehorse in the dead of winter
with
when
a
we're
nice
having
tan.
24 hours of dark and 40 and 50 below weather, and I'll be nice and tan.
You'll be the only one.
Just suck it.
I'm pretty pasty. I don't tan too easy. I burn real easy.
We call it fish belly white up here.
You're like Shelby then. Shelby, like, as she can stay in the sun as long as she wants and put sunscreen on and everything, and all she does is gets more freckles. She doesn't tan.
Yeah, I get freckles. My arms are covered with freckles. It's nothing but freckles. Like, look at the underside of it.
Yeah.
Look at the side that gets the sun.
Yep.
No, I just turn like a brown like a nut.
So do I. I tan. Like, when we were kids, we used to run around without our shirts on all summer long, and because we didn't know then what we know now about, using sunscreen and stuff to help, tan yourself properly. And it's like, we'd burn, because we were kids, we were dumb. And then eventually, you'd tan out, and then you'd be tan for the summer. And, I can get pretty tan.
Yeah, geez. Well, you guys should live in California. I wish they all could be California.
If I could move to California today, I would, believe me. I hate living in Minnesota sometimes, but...
We're going to move down to the Okanagan Valley in 2 or 3 years, which is really quite a nice place in Canada to live as far as weather goes. It's in British Columbia.
Canada?
It's in British Columbia. So...
on a map of Canada, it's like here's the East Coast, here's the West Coast, and there's
so the Yukon is on the West Coast, right? Like there's Alaska and the Yukon, and right below Yukon is British Columbia. So it's and British Columbia is the easternmost or westernmost province because that's where Vancouver is and Victoria Island. So right below that would be Washington State.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
So. Yeah, and then the Okanagan is kind of in the middle, towards the middle of the province at the lower end of it. And there's lots of lakes in there, Okanagan Lake, and where the Ogopogo lives.
So the light isn't as extreme where you get like 23 hours of light and one.
Yeah, no, it would be more like normal, I guess. Whatever normal is. But what's really nice is like in the winter time, the coldest it gets is maybe in the month of January, it'll go down to like -4, -5 degrees Celsius, which is like put on a jacket weather.
Yep.
And that will be nice.
That means you wear socks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, instead of freezing your patootie off.
Wow.
So, and then because it's they grow wine there. It's a wine growing country. Wine growing country down in the Okanagan. So.
Well, I bet you're a pretty decent wine, connoisseur. I'll bet, right?
I know what I like.
Well, you drink the classy stuff.
Yeah, we do. We'll drink. We're not ashamed to drink a box wine, but we'll get a good bottle of wine in for having dinner, or if we're going out for dinner, we'll get a real nice bottle of wine. And then they have a fine arts or fine cooking program where I work for people, culinary program, and every spring they have these really fancy gourmet 7-course meals that are all paired with. They have one of those wine people vintners.
Oh, yeah.
We have all the wines paired with each course, so you pay $100 a ticket, and you have 7 courses of wine and 7 courses of food. And
oh wow! So you get a full belly and you get smashed.
Do they have a vomitorium?
Well, the meal goes out over quite a long period of time. You don't get sick, and the portions aren't huge. Like each service is something really special, and you're there for like 2.5 hours of eating and drinking, and you leave pleasantly buzzed, but you're not drunk or anything. But you've tried out all sorts of really great foods, and when they pair those wines, especially for those foods, and they're cooked by like top of the line Red Seal chefs and everything, it's just an explosion of flavor in your mouth. It's really quite nice. So we just do that once a year up here, the fancy meal. But I think down south where we want to move, there's a lot of wine companies and with their and they'll do things like that on their properties on a regular basis. And I think I'll probably be a regular customer.
So the little less Baileys, a little more Cabernet.
No, Baileys goes with coffee every day.
Can't put the Vito in the coffee; it just doesn't taste right.
Just a little bit. It's not. I'm not. It makes it sound like I'm a lush, but I'm not. But
so Baileys is basically just like cream and Irish whiskey mixed together, more or less, right?
Yeah, and if you make it homemade, that's exactly what it is: sugar, cream, and Irish whiskey. So, good stuff.
Yeah. It's sweet though, right? It's not. Yeah,
it's got a sweet flavor to it.
So when you put it in your coffee, you're getting your cup of you're getting your cream and sugar and alcohol all in the same cup.
Exactly. It's economic and
you're getting sugar, caffeine, alcohol. Those are the holy trinity of chemicals.
The perfect drink.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
It's a proven fact that mankind can live on just those 3 substances.
I practice that all the time to see if it works, and I haven't had any problems with this so far.
You're not complaining.
Sometimes I'll put a little bit of Kahlua in there, and a little bit of Grand Marnier, or a little bit of brandy or something, and make a little mix. It's called Mummy's Little Helper. First thing in the morning.
Well, me and Flex both quit drinking because we just don't. We just don't stop when you're supposed to stop. So, so I'm a non-drinker totally.
So am I.
And Flex is too.
Because I can have 1 or 10 and doesn't matter, but I usually end up having 10 or more, and then it gets all messy and that. Yeah. Nobody wants to see that.
No, I understand. And for me, it's not good for me to drink too much just because of my diabetes with the insulin and everything. I only take a couple drinks and I get really loopy, so I have to be careful.
Oh yeah.
So can we get you really loopy now? It's like, how long will it take for you to get really loopy? I'd like to.
Oh no, I'm drinking Fresca.
I'm drinking Gatorade.
Fresca Day. No.
Yeah.
I still have to go out after this and get the rest of the groceries for Thanksgiving dinner tomorrow. So.
Wow. So your Thanksgivings, are they pretty similar to American, like turkey and dressing and I'll like, dare I say, yams?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, for mine, what I typically do, if I'm making it easy, is I'll do a crock pot of chopped up yams and carrots and parsnips and onions, and with a little bit of maple syrup and butter on it, and I'll let that cook all day together.
Wow.
Yeah, it's good. It's really good. And I'll do a big pot of stuffing, and in the stuffing, it's a bread-based stuffing, and I put in some prosciutto and some toasted pecans and some chunks of really tart apple and a few other things in there, all sorts of herbs and things, and let that cook all day. In another little crock pot, I like to cook it separate from the turkey. And then the turkey, I get my hand between the skin and the meat, and I massage the inside of it with butter.
Oh, yeah.
Get a nice massage with butter.
Do that.
And with all sorts of herbs and things in it. And then I get big, long stalks of rosemary and push that in under the skin everywhere.
Yeah.
And then I'll massage the outside of it with butter. And then...
hold steady, Yam. Hold steady.
Then I'll just, roast that nicely all day long and baste it so it's got that nice, crispy skin, and the meat's just juicy and fall off the bone. And let's see, so that's the stuffing, and yes, I'll make gravy, and it usually has a sherry base because that's how it tastes good. And there's usually salad. I'll usually do roasted Brussels sprouts with slivered almonds and balsamic vinegar and olive oil and stuff, and you roast it, and it just tastes really good. Brussels sprouts taste really nutty and sweet when you cook them that way, instead of that sulfury, salty mess when you boil them.
Cabbagey taste.
Yeah. When you roast them, they're really good. And let's see what else. Usually, I'd like to try to do a little seafood cocktail, because it's a tradition in our family. My dad used to always make a seafood cocktail with the little tiny bowl with a bit of salad in it and the big juicy prawns.
Oh,
and then he'd make a homemade seafood sauce that I still make, and it's really, really spicy with lots of horseradish and lots of cayenne and lots of Tabasco and just something really snacky hot. What else? I don't know. There's all sorts of stuff. But
what about the desserts? You guys got pumpkin pie and
pumpkin pie, or apple pie with sharp cheddar cheese on the top is good as well.
Oh yeah.
That's
so
typical.
you guys do the apple pie with cheese. Now, people back where I grew up do the apple pie with cheese.
Yeah, it's a very British way to eat your apple pie.
Hi, Chica.
Yeah, she's out there giving some shit.
She sounds pretty intense.
She's very fierce. Yeah. So then, and when, typically it's a sort of a day where everybody's over, and you put out all sorts of stuff for people to snack on through the day, and
but how can it be Thanksgiving without football?
Hockey.
Actually,
hockey season started.
Does it always fall on the same day of the year? Like Thanksgiving always falls on a Thursday for us.
It always falls on a Sunday for us. And I'm just looking at the calendar here. Yeah, it's always in October. It's always a Sunday. It's like the second Sunday in October. And a lot of people have Monday off as a stat holiday too. And it's a kind of special time for Paul and I, because we first started dating on Thanksgiving.
Really? How do you go on a first date on Thanksgiving? Like, hi, I got your number off the bathroom wall. You want to know?
No. We knew each other from working in the same place. Like he was a musician, and I was working bartending in a place, so we knew each other. We were acquaintances. But a girlfriend of mine used to put on a big, massive Thanksgiving dinner for all her single friends every year, and she wanted help cooking, because I wouldn't go to those things to be a single mixer. I wasn't interested, but she suckered me into going over and helping her cook this big, huge, massive meal. So I went over and helped her cook, and I didn't know anybody there except for Paul. Paul was there, and he went because his roommate went, and so he was the only person there that I knew other than my girlfriend. So I just plunked myself down beside him, and we started yapping away and had dinner, and
the rest is history.
Wow. So Thanksgiving as a first date. Yeah, that's...
So we can always give, we give thanks all the time for for meeting each other and hanging out because we still, like each other and everything. Still got a crush on each other.
Shelby actually started dating around Thanksgiving too. That's kind of weird.
Yeah, there you go.
Where did the two of you guys meet?
We met at school in Superior, Wisconsin. When I went back to school in the early 90s, and she was just coming out of high school, and we met. The second semester that I went was first semester for the program. I started in the middle of the year, and that's where we met, was school.
All right.
That's pretty cool. And how about you and Ann?
I was working as an optician, in which I still am an optician, but the shop that I had been working at a long time, she was a patient.
Oh, making time with the patients.
Well, yeah. I mean, if she had wanted to, she could have got me into trouble because I was like, you fill out your patient information here and you have your phone number, and it's like I had her phone number, so I just called her up. And it's a good thing, it worked out. But if it hadn't, it's like I could have been in trouble. Like.
That's funny.
Yeah, like imagine going to your eye doctor and somebody on the staff calls you up for a date.
Yeah, I was just looking through your files here and I noticed your phone number, and I thought I'd give you a jingle and see what was going on. That's great.
Yeah, but she was throwing me the vibe, baby. I knew it was okay.
There you go.
There you go.
Well, they all throw me the vibe. I got my radar up, my antennas are out. I can smell it.
You swinging American guy, you.
Yeah, when you were saying it's like your friend was putting on a singles Thanksgiving, I was thinking like all these dudes there in leisure suits going, "We're wild and crazy guys."
Oh yeah, no,
oh, yeah.
It wasn't really like that. It's just that it was just it wasn't like that. But yeah, I guess. But back in those days, because I worked in the bartending, and I was much younger and skinnier and less wrinkly and everything, and you work most nights of the week with guys just nonstop hitting on you all the time, and so the last thing you want to do is meet anybody or date anyone, because you're just looking at the the meat factory out there all the time, eh?
Good looking lady bartender getting people shooting the vibe all the time.
so when you're not working, the last thing you want to do is you're seeing people at their kind of their worst, drinking and whatever all the time. And so I became a little bit of a recluse. So then I was raising my son on my own and everything, and so the last thing I wanted to do, so that's how my girlfriend kind of suckered me into going over, is because whenever someone needs help, I'm always there to give a helping hand. So I was happy to go and help her cook her dinner. So
much like you helped Bulletproof Underwear and me and Flex.
Yeah. Well, you guys are my buds, so my online buds. So I don't mind coming and helping out.
Yeah,
and it's fun meeting you guys too. So.
Hey, before we were talking about the headset debacle with the new consoles.
Yeah. It's like, I don't know if the Xbox is going to work.
Not till the adapter comes out.
So yeah, they got to make a little adapter that goes between the headphone and the controller. And until they got an adapter, that's not going to work. And PlayStation 4, your Bluetooth or USB headset's not going to work at launch. And who knows when they're going to get that up and running.
So did someone say they had a headset that will work, something that they ship with or something?
It ships with like an earbud.
An earbud.
Oh, one of those
kind
things
that has like a little mic built into the cord.
The dangling mic.
Shittiest kind of thing you can possibly have. It probably costs about 32 cents.
Yeah.
An Xbox is going to have a shitty little, thing where it's got like one little band on one side. Like the ones that come with the Xbox now.
Well, Sony said Sony included it with theirs, so then Microsoft had to include one too. So that's what Microsoft came up with for a solution.
Well, thank goodness there's competition between
So
the two
it's
of
kind
them.
of funny how one does something, then the other one has to do it, and they go back and forth, eh?
Got to one up each other.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And then,
Well-
like you were saying earlier, it's the same manufacturing company that makes all the parts and everything for it. Anyways, I think ultimately it comes down to the same bloody thing.
Yeah.
As
Yeah.
far as it's a gaming machine that plays the same freaking games, except for a few,
A few tweaks here and there.
yeah.
Well, just today I calculated the cost. It's like, okay, if I want to get both systems and Call of Duty Ghosts on all 4 systems, the total cost of that is $1,140.
It's a lot of money.
Ah!
Why don't you just get it for the one system and then upgrade it? Like, I'm just buying it for the PlayStation. Like, you buy it for your whatever system and then you pay $10 and it upgrades to the next one.
Right.
Or you want to keep because really, how many people are going to go backwards and play backwards again afterwards?
Well, there's going to be a lot of people who just aren't going to get the new system. They're just going to continue playing the PlayStation 3, or
Or they're
they're
gonna
going to
wait-
continue
probably wait
playing
till
the
the-
Xbox 360.
They're going to wait
So
till
the
the price
prices go down.
drops. Yep.
Well, fuck those people. Fuck them.
Yeah, well, there's that. Because once you upgrade, you can't go back, can you? You have to play on one or the other.
Right.
Well,
Right.
if I'm thinking about just buying all 4 copies and keeping all 4 so I can play on everything that I want to.
That's what I'm doing with Ghosts. Is I'm getting them for all. So.
$1,140,
Yep.
not counting tax.
Yep. Got to give the governor's cut.
That's a little hobby.
Well, like I was saying earlier, it's like
Yeah, we were talking
as
about it.
hobbies go, there's people that spend way, way more on hobbies than that. People who collect whatever. I had a boss who used to restore Jaguars. I mean, come on, it's like $1,100 is like that's a drop in a bucket compared to some hobbies, some activities that you can have.
I think it was Lucky Boy that worked it out, or he figured it out for the amount of time that he played and what he had invested in equipment and the games, and it came out to like a penny a minute or something. I don't remember. But it was relatively inexpensive for the amount of fun that he thought, the amount of enjoyment he got out of the game.
Right,
So
right.
you
Well, if
gotta-
you look at the price of it, any other kind of entertainment, like a movie, it's like, okay, it's
Yeah,
$10.
Yeah, once you go to the movie, then you blew your wad. I mean, you saw the movie,
Yeah.
so that's
Yeah.
it. You can get it on Blu-ray or DVD later, but it's like, you want to, if you're going to go to a movie and see it in the theater, you want to go see that effect. The 3D or on the big screen, whatever the case may be. And once you've done that, then you went and spent your $10 on the ticket and your $15 on popcorn and a pop. And I don't know about there, but here we don't. If we take Paige to a movie, we don't get out of there for less than $30, something like that, $35.
We do things to make it cheap. We pack all our pop and treats in our pockets.
Do you smuggle?
I'm not gonna go pay $5 for a thing of soda or whatever. So we just pack it all in. I have a big, huge purse that's basically a satchel, and we just load that sucker up and
You get your own Whoppers and Raisinets.
whatever. Yeah, so I stop at the grocery store on the way down, and Paul he likes his licorice and he gets his treats, and I fill it with soda and whatever. And yeah, off we go. But we don't go to the theaters here too often because we have 2 movie theater houses here in the Yukon, and they're older than dirt. One was here when I was a little girl. Like, the thing is well over 50 years old. And the other one was built in the 70s, early 70s, 72, I think. And so they're both pretty old, and they're really both crappy. And, it's just what you feel. We go once in a blue moon when there's a movie coming out that we know isn't going to be out on TV or DVD or whatever for a while, because you're spending a lot of money doing that. So, but we did spend a lot of money on one of those big, huge LCD, LED, whatever TVs with a big, massive sound system and everything downstairs. And
So you got the big screen theater experience right in your own home.
Yeah, it's a TV that's so big that no matter where you sit, it's too close.
It's just right. It's too big, which means it's just right.
Yeah.
Who would have thought when it started out with a screen this big that we'd end up with screens that are almost as big as a wall?
Yeah. It's ridiculous.
They got a 90-incher now.
Yeah,
Wow.
It's like I want a 100-inch screen. God damn it! I want 100 inches.
Yeah. Well, they have a 90.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen a 90. They've got them at the Best Buy all hooked up and everything.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I heard when you unplug them, they'll go back down to like 6 inches. So.
I don't know. That sounds a little funny to me.
Delete that from the video.
So there's a movie that looks pretty good out there. I want to see that movie Gravity. Have you seen any of the trailers for it?
Yeah, I've seen a few.
Oh, yeah,
It does
with,
look kind of Sandra Bullock.
Sandra
yeah.
Bullock and that other dude, and they're in space.
Yep.
Is it Clooney?
Yeah. Clooney and Sandra Bullock, and they're astronauts, and it looks really realistic
Mm-hmm.
from what I've seen.
Except for one or two things. One is the debris flies the wrong way. In other words, in space, debris apparently flies from, I believe it was west to east, and they show the debris flying from east to west.
And I know where you got that.
Off of Twitter.
Twitter, I bet you Neil deGrasse Tyson.
There you go.
Yeah. I saw that too. He likes it though. He likes it.
Yeah, he said it's really good facts.
Well, of course, a fucking NASA scientist is going to pick it apart.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, he's a pretty cool guy. Yeah, plus George Clooney. I met him once in Vancouver, so.
Yeah, he said that you met him
Yeah.
and stuff.
Is he a hunk of burning love? Like
he's a gorgeous man.
How tall?
I don't mind saying.
How tall is
He's not tall. I was taller than him.
Oh, really?
oh,
But I'm taller than most guys. But anyways, or maybe he was about. He didn't seem like a very like you have to realize I was just in a state.
It was your brush with fame.
No, it was my brush with total embarrassment because.
Embarrassing fame.
Yeah, I look like an idiot. No, but
Well, I do that all the time.
But yeah, I do idiot well too. But no, he just looked like a I don't know. Tall men to me are men who are way taller than me, so they have to be like really tall for it to register. But he, what struck me was that he doesn't dye his hair, and he hasn't had work done on him or anything. He looked very natural.
Yeah, he looks real. Yeah,
very real. And but he does have those beautiful, chiselly, gorgeous looks. He is a looker. So
he's Rosemary Clooney.
Always my heart. My husband is my heart, but my God, George Clooney is a looker.
George Clooney, if anyone gets this video out to him and he becomes aware of it, it's like, contact us and we'll give you Toby's phone number. And
oh no.
Yeah, he's Rosemary Clooney's son.
Yeah, he's Rosemary Clooney's son.
No, that's his aunt, I think.
Wait, is his aunt?
That's what I've heard.
Yeah. I'll Google it. I got my Google here. Pretty sure that's his aunt, but I could be wrong. Not very often.
Well, Rosemary Clooney, for most of our viewers who probably have no idea who that is, she was in White Christmas, along with Mitzi Gaynor.
Yeah, that's right.
And old Bingo.
Bing Crosby, yeah.
Oops.
Bingo himself.
And Donald O'Connor. Lord help the mister who comes between me and my sister.
Sing it, Yam. Okay, where is his autobiography? I gotta find a pair of glasses to put on here. There, my old lady glasses.
Actually, it's more like the Naughty Librarian.
I got my middle-aged man glasses. Middle-aged man.
These ones are my pink glasses. I've got all different colors.
So does Shelby. She's got like blue ones, brown ones, red ones, pink.
Oh, I'm looking at a show he was in rather than about him.
His biography.
Yeah. Okay.
George Clooney. Also, tell us how old he is. I bet he's younger than me.
He's born a month after me. We're almost the same age.
Oh,
he's
wow.
He's 50 what?
52.
Okay, so yeah, he's slightly younger than me.
So his mom is Nina Bruce, who was a former beauty pageant queen. His father is Nick Clooney, former anchorman, as well as a game show host for American movie classics. I'm looking for Rosemary Clooney. Rosemary Clooney. Clooney has an older sister, Adelia. His cousins include actors Miguel and Raphael Ferrer, who are the sons of his aunt, singer Rosemary Clooney, and actor Jose Ferrer.
Well, see, I'm gonna kick Ann's ass.
He's also related to Debbie Boone.
Debbie Boone?
Yeah.
Isn't she the one you light up my
life?
life?
Yeah, that one.
Oh
That's
my God! I remember when that song came out. It's like,
There he is, Mr. Gorgeous himself. I don't know if you can see it on there.
Oh yeah.
Of him now.
Oh yeah, we can see him.
Sexiest man alive, according to the Yukon.
Nope. Sexiest man alive is right over there in the next room.
That's right. Well, you guys are good together. So, George, you got your work cut out for you.
Nobody else will have us, so we have to stick it
out.
Yeah. George, buddy, you're out of luck, man.
That's right.
Well, so now your husband is a professional musician. Mm-hmm. So, obviously, everybody knows that musicians, it's like the chicks are like go mad for them, rock stars. So they gotta be sniffing around, all the time. Do you ever get jealous of all the groupies or the wannabe groupies?
Nope. Nope, never.
It's like, come on, I want to see a fight.
It's happened where, it's been a few. Like Paul's 60 years old now, and there's younger people. It doesn't happen so much now. But years ago, I can remember he'd be playing on the stage, and I worked at the college, but then I also worked weekends bartending for extra money, and because I'd make between $100 and $200 a night in tips. It's good money. But he would go on his break and he'd go sit down at one of the tables and have himself a drink or whatever. And when you're bartending, you're on your feet working all night long. But it happened from time to time where some little lovely would go and sit and try to get cozy up with him, and he'd just sit there and smile at her and sit there, and he'd just look at me and he'd go. And I just come over and say, would you like a drink or something? No. And he'd look at the girl and say, this is my lovely wife, because that's how he always introduces himself, or me to other people. He always introduces me as his lovely wife.
And you can just see the would-be groupies, hopes dash.
I'd look at him and smile, and I'd look at her and give her the look of death, and they just get up and move away
and say, gee, look at the time.
Go trample around in someone else's yard. But he's just not interested, and no, I'm never jealous. So,
all right.
No dirt today.
And then the other side of it too. I'd be bartending or whatever, and nonstop guys hitting up for dates or whatever. There's my husband sitting at the bar on his breaker, or seeing it on the plate, playing his music or whatever, and seeing it. You can't have jealousy. We wouldn't have a relationship because we love each other, and it's just guys and women are going to do that kind of stuff, but we know who each other are. And
so being a bartender, you probably heard a lot of cheesy lines.
Yeah.
How about, sorts of. Do you ever hear the one like, did it hurt? What are you talking about? When you fell out of heaven?
Yeah, there's all sorts of crazy stuff. The worst one was there was these guys. It was a table full of these French Canadians, and
oh, they're the worst.
Very flirty. And the guy says, he says, "You're a 7." And I look at him and I think, whatever. And I just, serve him the drinks and everything. He says, "You don't understand. It would take at least 7 Clydesdale horses to yank you out of my bed." And I'm just going, oh,
man, that's a bad line.
That was the worst. But,
That's a line.
That kind of work, people can pay for their drinks anywhere. They cost, a beer costs the same thing in any of the bars in town. What they're paying for is the atmosphere and the illusion of whatever. So you put on your tight jeans and your miniskirt and your high heels. And, I used to dress very, very nice. And you smile all the time. And you laugh at the jokes. And you make them believe that they are the hunkiest bit of man.
You are just so clever and so entertaining.
And then, you go home at the end of the night with your purse full of money. Because I was raising my family and I needed to pay the bills, and that's all I did. You're on your feet for 8 hours, running, carrying the big heavy trays and the jugs of beer. And
so you probably know how to make just about every damn drink there is.
I'd have to stop and think about the recipes because it's been a while. But yeah, I used to. One of the clubs I worked in was one of those fancy clubs that made all the really fancy cocktails. But it's been a while. But I could probably pick it up pretty quick again.
Yeah, whenever we used to go to a bar back when I drank, Ann would always order a brandy Alexander. It's like, my god, oh my god, can you get a girlier drink than that?
Well, there's lots of different drinks. There's grasshoppers are pretty girly, and because they're the frothy green drink, and they were served in the Doris Day style champagne glasses, which weren't champagne glasses, but they used.
Don't those have nuts in them, like filberts or something? Doesn't a grasshopper have filberts in it, or is that something else?
I think that might be something else.
Okay. I don't know what it is, but it must be green. It must be something green.
Green, and there's there's so many fancy drinks, but
it's cream de menthe that's in it, right?
Well, it could be that Midori melon liqueur. That's green.
No, it's not that.
I think it's cream de menthe.
And then, I guess the most frou-frou drinks would have been the Singapore slings because they're in the tall, fancy, thin glasses, and if you did it, it had all the different colors. And this one, you put the big, fruity spear in the umbrella into. So.
Yeah, they got a lot of big elaborate drinks if you go on vacation in Hawaii. Mm-hmm. What's that one called that every bar seems to serve? Something like lava, whatever. It's crazy. It's crazy, and there's like tons of fruit and shit all over it. This is like
those are fun. Like when Paul and I go on a vacation, like we went to that club I told you about, or the resort, and they had the great big huge fancy drink list, and I made it a mission to have at least one of those drinks, every one of those drinks at least once while I was down there, and it took me a whole 10 days to get through the menu, but I did.
Well, I can't have anything to drink if it's not served in a coconut or a pineapple.
Oh, like Gilligan's Island?
Yeah, exactly.
3-hour tour.
See, I always thought that if you go to a bar and you buy alcohol to drink, it's like, okay, I want to catch a buzz. It's like give me bourbon straight.
There you go.
Yeah, or maybe put it on the rocks, but I want to make sure it's like there's some booze in there. I want to catch my buzz.
Hey, I got a question for you. If the people that were on the minnow on Gilligan's Island were going on a 3-hour tour, how come they had so many clothes with them?
I know.
Yeah, they packed all kinds of shit.
Like a bikini and a sarong.
I know. Like Thurston and Lovey had a wardrobe, man.
Yeah, they had everything in the sun.
Yeah.
Just an off the wall question.
And Ginger had all those beautiful gowns.
Yeah, she had all these gowns. It's like, it's typical if you go on a tour, on a tour boat to bring a shitload of gowns.
Most of what they did back in the 60s and the 70s.
But then Marianne, all she had was her little gingham tied shirt and her little
And
cut off
jeans.
shorts.
Yep.
Yeah. Or pigtails.
Yeah. See, people say, did you like Marianne or Ginger? I liked them both.
So that part of Ginger
I liked
that was
the
actually
professor.
written for what's her face, Jane Mansfield. But she
Really?
but she turned the part down.
She turned down the role.
Yeah.
Well, she would have never been able to sell the innocent girl next door kind of thing.
No, she was supposed to be Ginger.
Oh, she's supposed to be Ginger. I thought you were saying
Ginger.
she's supposed to be Marianne.
No. I don't think Marianne was all that innocent. I think that was just all an act.
I think Marianne's evil. I think she was evil.
You know, she still goes to conventions and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
You know?
she's very well liked. She's really nice, I guess, too.
Dawn Wells.
Yep. But yeah, she's really well liked.
And
The
Ginger
prefer-
is Tina Louise.
The professor, on the other hand, is an asshole.
Oh, is he really?
No, I don't know. I just
I'll Google and probably find out that he's passed away or something.
oh no. Then I'd feel
Yeah, you know,
bad.
when the show first came out, you know, they had the theme song. I could sing the whole theme song to Gilligan's Island, but then after a couple of seasons, they changed the the theme song. The Professor and Marianne here on Gilligan's. Oh, then they said, and
The others.
and the
the
rest.
rest, yep.
Yeah. So they weren't specifically mentioned. Professor and Marianne were just like the rest.
Yep.
Aw.
In the first episodes, they were the rest, and then after a while, they gave them their own identity.
Yeah, we watched that show religiously. We used to race home from school and watch Gilligan's Island, and I can't remember what else. There was some other shows. Yep. And then they had Dusty Trails or something like that after?
Yep.
Sounds like
Was that-
Shelby's finding something
Was that
funny.
Shelby?
Paige is watching Nickelodeon, and the guy just got ran over. A guy just got ran over by his own cart, one of those little, old person carts that they ride in.
Oh.
And they
like
pan
a
around,
rascal.
and they pan around, and all these people are running after to help the guy, and then they show this one girl, and she's just sitting there in a chair eating popcorn, watching it happen.
Yeah. We used to watch. You know, I don't remember when Gilligan's Island was on originally, but it was on in syndication after school every day.
Yep, that's what I remember it from.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we would watch that every day, and
That
the
and
Lucy show.
Andy Griffith, Underdog.
Oh, yeah, I love Lucy.
I love Lucy.
And then
Yeah,
Sunday
cool.
nights was Monty Python's Flying Circus.
Yeah,
yeah.
I didn't find out about that until high school.
Oh, we grew up with that one. That was kind of
I
a
did.
religious thing that we had to do. But we had a lot of the shows from the BBC because being in Canada, that was, we had a lot of shows from the BBC before Canadian before the CRT started doing the Canadian content rules. So, yeah, we grew up on Monty Python.
So did
Yeah,
you
I'm
have a
still
TV? Did you have a TV right away? I was like 5 years old before my dad caved in and bought TV. He was a holdout.
We had, let me think. Yeah, no, we had a TV, but we always had a TV, but it wasn't on very often. When we were really young, it was only on for hockey games and the news. And when we, from the time I was born till like I was 4.5 years old, we were in Vancouver for a little bit of time, and so it was only on for the news and hockey games. And then when we moved to Whitehorse, we had it on more often because we're just doing other things. But the TV was shipped up, so everything we watched was always 3 days at least late.
Oh yeah.
So, and we had CBC and two of the channels. And the two of the channels, I think, was all American programming, and but it was all shipped up and 3 days late. So until they got the Annex satellites up in the air, and then we started getting live channels.
Same day transmission.
Yeah, and so most of my growing up was all old 3 days late. So it was kind of odd because everything you're watching, your hockey games if we wanted to have hockey games right up to the minute, we'd listen to it on the radio.
Yeah,
right.
That's the way it was with us in baseball and hockey and football, all three.
Yeah. Now, when I was a kid, my favorite shows were the Brady Bunch and the Partridge Family.
Oh, score.
Yeah.
So in Canada, your favorite shows would have been growing up. Would be the Friendly Giant, the Friendly Giant, and Mr. Dress Up.
Huh?
Mr. Dress Up and the Friendly Giant would have been. And the Friendly Giant had a window in his castle where there was a little chicken and a little giraffe, and what was the other character? Used to stick their heads through the window, and it was all puppets and stuff. And
that's cool.
And,
is that like
the Friendly Giant?
Yeah,
Jerome the giraffe.
When I was a little bitty kid, we had Mr. Kangaroo or Captain Kangaroo.
Oh yeah, Captain Kangaroo.
Yep.
Yeah, I used to think
Mr.
it was
Dress Up
boring.
would have been like United Americans, Mr. Rogers, that sort of thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, sort of like that. But Mr. Dress Up had a tickle trunk, which was all the funny outfits, and there was a couple of puppets on that show as well.
I'm sure the Canadian listeners in your demographic probably are just totally like going, "Oh yeah."
They're all remembering about the names of all the puppets and everything too. So there you go.
Hi everybody, it's me, Mr. Stinky.
You know what that looks like? That looks like the guy from Pets.com.
I'm looking upside down.
Here in the States that had the sheep.
You're gonna make me pull out the chickie baby.
Oh
no.
Don't pull out the chick, man.
Shelby posted a picture on Twitter a couple of days ago. It's like how to pick up chicks.
So you haven't done any of your videos. You've had all sorts of funny videos in the past that you used to do, but you haven't done any of those for a while.
I know. See, you know what? When Ghost comes out, I'm gonna kickstart the channel and start cranking out videos again.
So am I.
Good.
I'm gonna get crazy. Like I made one the other day from Battlefield where me and Drifter, I was torching Drifter with the engineer's torch, and I put it to music and looked like he was dancing. That was kind of funny.
Yeah, that was like foolishness.
Yeah, we thought it was
cool.
funny. Rock said him and Den were doing the same thing the other night up in the air ahead on Domination, so they were messing around, torching each other, and
actually, the reaction of the guy getting torched was like you're tickling him with a feather, but I mean here you got a blowtorch.
He kept smiling.
He looked like he was quite enjoying it.
He kept smiling.
I think in real life, some guy keeps applying a blowtorch to you. I think you would have done more than just like squirm like the Pillsbury Doughboy,
So your Thanksgiving is in a month?
No, yeah, it's the fourth Thursday.
I don't even know what day of the week it falls on. Let's see.
Third Thursday in November, I think is when it is.
All right. So in another month and a week or so, and then that's the big holiday in the States is Thanksgiving.
No, the big holiday is Black Friday.
Stampede Friday.
All right, so this year it falls on the 28th, which means
the fourth Thursday.
Which means Black Friday will be on the 29th, and that means the Xbox One is released 1 week exactly before Black Friday.
Oh wow!
Yep.
So let's see, the PlayStation 4 releases, I believe. Oh, no. It's like, wait a minute, not exactly. Now I can't remember when the dates are that they come out, except all I know is November 5th. That's the big day. I have it marked on my calendar.
That's the important day.
Oh, you know what? That's also election day in this country.
What are you voting for?
Nothing this year. Unfortunately, we can't vote the rotten bastards out of office. Gotta wait another year.
It's quite the
debacle
situation. Yeah. I hope that you guys get it straightened out.
Their approval rating. Their approval rating is 5%.
Yeah. How does it feel living in a country that has a functional government?
Yeah, could you please tell us?
We'd like to know.
Well, our government isn't perfect either. We've got a prime minister who has prorogued our government again, and we're getting a little bit tired of that. I think he's going to get his.
What is your prime minister's name?
Stephen Harper.
Oh, okay.
Yes, we're none too pleased with him right now, but because he's prorogued government, which means we don't have everything shut down like you guys. So, but when our government's prorogued, because we have a House of Parliament, and we don't elect a prime minister, we elect a House, and the House
they vote on a prime minister.
No, they don't vote on. No, so you elect members of Parliament in, and the members of Parliament make up a House, and members of Parliament can either be not belong to a party, independent, or they can belong to a party. And the political parties that are currently sitting in the House are the New Democratic Party, the Green Party, the Liberals, and the Conservatives. And whoever, there has to be enough people in a party to make a majority, or to make a coalition with another party to make a majority. And whichever party has a majority, the leader of that party becomes prime minister.
Oh, okay.
So it's a little bit different, where I think you guys actually elect a president.
Yeah.
So we elect a House of Parliament, and the House of Parliament, of course, has question period and debates different things that are going to be law or one thing or another. And the Prime Minister prorogued Parliament, which means he's basically shut down the House of Parliament work, where they do all the debating and everything.
Okay.
So no work is being done there. The questions aren't being asked, so our representatives aren't able to do their work, because a strong government is made by strong opposition. So in a parliamentary system.
So he's not in favor of a lot of open speech then.
He likes to keep things really tightly controlled. Even his own members in his party, and they're kind of getting upset because they're not allowed to talk to the media unless they state a certain talking points and everything. So.
Oh, really?
But anyways, but all our government services and everything still runs when government's prorogued, and they will go back, because if he keeps proroguing, then what happens is our Governor General, who is actually our head of the country, because that's the Queen's representative here, can actually say, "Bugger you, we're going to have an election," and we can throw their ass out. That can happen. And in fact, it did happen in Australia 75 years ago, when they were arguing back and forth exactly the way it's going down in the States right now, and one side not working with the other to get a budget passed and everything, and they're causing a big stalemate. So the Governor General, because they're set up the same with us, with the Queen's representative, said, "Screw you guys, you're fired, you're fired, you're fired, you're fired." Passed the budget, ran an election, new government elected in, and that's what can happen in a parliamentary system.
Okay. Well, what's the Queen have to do with it?
Well, the Queen is our Queen is, Canada still has a Queen. We're monarch. We have still a relationship with England, and she's our Queen.
So Queen Elizabeth is your Queen?
She is.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Wow.
Yeah. She's we're part of the Commonwealth.
I have more respect for her now.
And but her representative is our head of state, which is our Governor General of Canada. A lot of people think it's the Prime Minister who's the head of state, but it isn't. It's the Governor General. And then we still got Queen Lizzie.
Wow! So if they imposed like a maple syrup tax, you guys would be storming in the streets,
pouring the maple syrup down the guy.
We're a constitutional monarchy, so we've got a constitution and everything. So,
see, I learned more about Canadian, political science than I ever dreamt.
And I'm not even a political scientist, but anyways, I know our government is still working, and I hope your guys' government gets busy working, because the United States is in the position of being sort of like, it's such a powerhouse in the world economy that if it goes and defaults on its self, and
they're going to be a spoiler to the whole
they're going
world.
to screw the entire world, and people are going to be fucking pissed. Not at you two, but at your government.
Oh, well, that's okay because
it's okay if the entire world is pissed at me and Flex. We're used to it.
Yeah, but the fact of the matter is we're pissed at our government, aren't we?
Yeah. Oh, I know. I was watching the news. It's on the news all the time here, and they're showing the polls where American people are feeling that, and people are not happy.
Well, it's like Jimmy Fallon said, or Jay Leno said the other night. He goes, "They say that Congress has a 5% approval rating. Wouldn't that be a 95% disapproval rating?"
Yeah.
I mean, wouldn't you?
And sadly, they're making the United States look like a giant ass to the rest of the world.
Yeah, they really are.
You know, like I know that America is a great country. The people are really great people. I know that.
Some of them.
But you know that people that don't think things through and everything are looking at America and thinking, what a giant ass. And it's because of that government, which quite frankly has been usurped by millionaires.
A small percentage of millionaires.
Matches.
Yep.
That are pulling all this
99 percenters.
It's true. You look at who's pulling all the strings to make things happen, and it's just disgusting. And regardless of the parties, and I just hope that the American people just rise up and say enough's enough and take back their democracy, because
overthrow the government.
It's falling apart.
Well, most people I know probably wouldn't have much, they wouldn't be too involved unless it infected Call of Duty or Battlefield.
Our video games.
Eminem's taking some heat because his new song is for Ghosts is promoting his new single, I guess, or whatever. I don't know. I thought it was a catchy little number.
I actually haven't heard that one yet.
It's actually not bad at all, and it's not like he's just barging in there. He was hired, because there's money that's passed hands for him to do that.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Well, how do we know that Eminem might not be a Call of Duty fan?
He is.
He is.
He is. He's just like who's the other one? Ice-T is a big video game fan.
So I want to know is Eminem a camper or a rusher? Has anyone ever played with him?
I haven't.
He's a quick scoper. Oh no! Ah!
Yeah.
Yeah, boy, I'm looking forward to it. And they just announced the new clan integration with Call of Duty Ghosts, and we've all been trying to get that all sorted out.
What a freaking gong show!
Yeah, really. Now there's going to be a new program to access your information and stuff.
Well, they're nerfing Elite altogether.
Yep, and they're going to have
they're making a brand new app.
Call of Duty app. The Call of Duty app.
But yeah, we need to get that sorted out. But once we have the same Call of Duty Ghost clan name, technically, according to what they're writing and everything, we should have everyone all merged to one clan.
Cross-platform.
On different consoles, yeah.
Yep.
Right.
But anyways, it's a bit of a mess right now.
But now, does that mean we're going to have like an Xbox clan with 100 members and a PlayStation clan with 100 members?
Well, from what I read,
just...
it's 100 members total. But if you were on two different consoles, that doesn't count as two members. It's one member on two consoles. Is how I understand it.
Okay.
But
100 members isn't really enough, because both sides of the clan have more than 50.
I think we're going to be all right, because we haven't had a chance to really have a discussion in our clan, because not everyone's on the website for one thing.
Right.
It's really hard to connect with everyone. But I'm looking at the roster for the PlayStation clan, and there's a lot of people on there who have only played Modern Warfare 3 and haven't even done Black Ops, and we don't play with anymore. Or there's a bunch of Arabs that were on there that, lovely people, I'm sure, but they don't game with us, and other people who just, we haven't seen them. They don't game with us anymore.
Right. There's lots of people that I don't even know who the fuck they are.
That's right. So I think this is actually a great opportunity to
Tear it down.
To connect with the people that we know are gaming and that are getting PlayStation, whatever, Ghost game, and get them in. And then the rest of them, they will stay with Elite until it phases out. And if people want to join the clan, then we will have people who are joining who are actually there to play the clan ops. Yeah. Because you can have people on your friends list who aren't in the clan and game with them all the time, but if they're not going to be there to play the clan ops, the whole clan ops thing is for leveling up a clan and doing that. If people aren't going to do that, why would you have them on that list?
Yeah.
Doesn't mean to say they're not your friend and you can't go gaming with them and everything, but I've got lots of gamer friends who will never play clan ops. They're not interested. So why would they be on the list?
Yeah, absolutely.
So well, if there is only one clan with 100 people, then it would be stronger because, there's only going to be the actual people.
Yeah.
So, hell, we'll be getting gold everything.
That's my 2 cents worth. Let's get people in the clan because the people mix up the clan ops clan with our clan, and they're 2 different things.
Yeah, they are.
The Elite clan is not the same as our clan.
Yeah. So the Call of Duty gaming thing is just it's the whole thing around doing the clan ops and the challenges and all those different things.
Well, now they're going to have clan wars. We're going to be able to play against other clans.
Get your battle boots on, baby. We're going to duke it out with someone.
It's going to be fun.
Yeah, it's going to be 4v4 with MLG rules. That sounds like that'll be interesting.
Cool. I think it's
a lot of fun.
Yeah. So we'll have to.
I'm still excited for Cranked. I think that's going to be the one.
Yeah, Blitz looks fun too.
Yeah.
Well, as long as it's fun, and hopefully there won't be as much bullshit.
It fun is the people that you're gaming with that make it fun. It really is. So.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I got to tell you, my sister Bejewel is crushed that you've left the Xbox.
Well, you tell her to get a PlayStation.
In fact, she has a second Xbox, and she said, I never get on that thing. It's like, I wonder if I could send it to Tobypace.
Yeah, then I have to. Yeah. No,
but that's only a 360. You're going to be playing on, PlayStation 4. PS4. If you ever do get an Xbox, it'll be an Xbox One, I'm sure.
Yeah. It's not that I'm not ever going to play Xbox. And like the one that I have wore out and the laser eye doesn't work or whatever. And it's just, excuse me, it's just expensive to have.
It is.
It's expensive and you're buying. That's what I was doing before. Like I'd have the Black Ops and then all the map packs were one side and Black Ops and all the map packs the other side and then PlayStation Plus on the one side and the Xbox
Live on the other.
Live or whatever on the other side. And then 6 hours a day every Saturday and Sunday to do the clan ops. Like, where's Sweetie? How come she's not doing anything here? Where's my
Yeah. Well, you don't have to do every single clan op and every single challenge. You can skip much of it if and as long as you get on once in a while, people still think you're swell. Well, I used to be real active on that clan op stuff back in Modern Warfare 3, but then when Black Ops came out, I just absolutely didn't even bother with it anymore.
I didn't either.
Until you got everybody pumped, Toby. It's you that got us pumped.
Well, thank you. I just want us to get finished to level 50 and have the clan active because a bunch of people were quitting and going elsewhere, and I just wanted to keep that thing going. So So I'm glad that you're playing, and there's a bunch of other people. We got Sax Kitten, Marv's friend playing, and Mean Green, and Jake, and there's a bunch of them. And there's a bunch of other guys doing the clan ops, but I don't know who they are.
There's some zombie players who are like religious.
Really cleaning up, man.
Yeah, I know a lot of them actually, and because they were playing a lot of the ops with us with Modern Warfare 3. So hopefully they'll come out with the ghosts when it comes out.
Well, it's not going to have zombies, but it is going to have some kind of alien thing called Extinction. Did you see anything about that?
Yeah, I saw a little bit about that, so I'm looking forward to seeing how that works. And I haven't quite caught. Oh, someone's come. Oh, I thought it was one of the dogs. It was you. Hi, honey.
Arf, arf.
arf, he says. But is it one of those things where you get 2 or 3 people in there to work together with the hordes?
Yeah. You're fighting off alien hordes and all that good stuff. So that could be fun.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
It could be.
Well, I never liked the spec ops on Modern Warfare 3. I thought it was, it just wasn't that entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
And you could only play with one other person. It was only a 2-player thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, one thing I liked with Modern Warfare 3, actually I really liked, was the 2v2 and the 3v3 maps, those small maps that you could do things with.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really fun.
Was fun.
Face Off.
Yeah. And that little villa by the ocean there. And
yeah, that cool mansion.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that was a lot of fun.
That beach house that you just get to wreck.
Beach house.
Yeah, you can go just smash everything to pieces in there. It was fun.
Yeah, so they had those badass motorcycles in the garage.
Oh, no,
yeah.
I always blow those up.
So this week coming up, we're going to do Back to the Future Black Ops 1.
On both platforms, yeah.
Both platforms.
Both, excellent. And you know what might be fun the following week would be to do a Back to the Future Modern Warfare 3.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I think we will.
Yeah. That might be fun too.
So the Monkey Turd is Tuesday, and the Slap and Tickle is Wednesday. It will be Black Ops, old school. Old school. So all you guys out there who have fond memories, if you have fond memories of the Black Ops old school private matches, and they were epic.
Dust off them discs, man.
Yeah,
man, those private matches were the best.
They were.
And take your Gravol pills ahead of time, because there's going to be really fast moving players.
yeah, and
zipping around.
It's like
with their two-wheeled guns.
you can set it up so you earn dogs with 1 kill or whatever the hell you want. It's like it's completely you have complete control over it.
Yeah.
That's what I liked about it.
Yeah. So I'm looking at the clock here. I think we've hit a record here. What are we at?
We've been chatting for a while.
About an hour and a half.
Yeah. It's about that time, I think.
And I still got to go do some grocery shopping so that the family can enjoy their big Thanksgiving turkey day tomorrow.
Okay.
So on that note, I would just say, I give thanks for all my gaming buddies that I get to game with. You and Yam and Flex and all the rest of you out there, you know who you are. And those of you that I don't game with, that I yak with on the forum, is great. And if you're not on Twitter and Facebook, get on one of the others so you can keep up with our announcements, because we're trying to keep really regular on announcements of what's going on.
Yep.
Yeah, Toby runs the Sub One Twitter, and along with Microsoft Man, they do a great job.
And
awesome.
Flex helps out with the Facebook and
page.
Also what's his name? I can't remember now. I can't remember his name. I can't remember his gamer name. There's another guy that's on the Facebook as well. You know who you are.
It's we no need for a name, right? We don't want a name, or
yes, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't seen him in a while, but hey, he was doing a great job when he was around. So if you are still watching episode Bulletproof Underwear, episode number 67.
Woo, yeah. 67.
Then you obviously have way the hell too much time. No. So anyway, we do appreciate all of our audience here at Bulletproof Underwear. So thank you very much. And I am your co-host, Yam Juice.
And I'm your co-host, Flexinator.
And we'd like to thank once again Tobypace, the first lady of Sub One, no doubt. So, you folks know what this means, right? You've been through this before. This ain't your first rodeo.
All right.
That's printable.
Excellent thing.
Okay. Good night, guys.
All right. We'll catch you later.
All right. Flex, hit the button.